our previous video, we have discussed about security profiles and what is content identification, all right? And also with a diagrammatic explanation, we understood about the working of content identification and how it is helpful in establishing a secured network, all right? And also we have discussed about the different type of a security profiles like antivirus profile, anti-malware, and so on, all right? The different types of a security profile. So in this video, let's start with the first profile, antivirus profile. Okay, for that I'm using a simple topology. Okay, I have a PC that's connected to this Ethernet, and this Ethernet is connected to internet. Okay, as you know, there are two different zones: inside zone and outside zone. So, as you remember, content identification or the security profile help us to scan the content, right? It will scan the content, and if it will identify is there is any malicious content, is there is any malicious data is transmitted in the network based on the profile we configure it. All right. So if you see, now for this topology, for this example, what I'll do, first of all, I have a simple configurations. So far I didn't configure any profiles. Okay, just I have configured, if you see, just I have configured the interface IPs, and zones are already configured. As you know, we have a security policies to allow any traffic that is coming from inside zone to outside zone to the towards internet. And okay, so if you remember, before content identification we were discussing about SSL decryption, all right? So you can have that profile in addition to the content identification, because you can either check with an HTTPS traffic or HTTP traffic. Okay, for just for a simple understanding, I'm showing you explicitly the HTTP traffic. Okay, most of the test virus content will be in the HTTPS format, so that if you're containing means if you already have SSL decrypt profile, that's absolutely fine. You can just continue with the same. Okay, all right. So, but as this is a new lab, I have deleted the decrypt file, and I'll show you how to check the same in the HTTP test file using an HTTP test virus file. Okay. So the thing is, actually, we need to see how the content identification works, right? From this PC, okay, what I'm going to do over the internet, I'm going to connect to some over the internet, I'm going to download a test virus file. Okay, there are a lot of test virus file that's available that's used for an study purpose. Okay, educational purpose. So I'm going to download that test virus file. So without any profile that is associated to the security policy, by default it will allow. Okay, and that will be downloaded to the file, downloaded to the PC. However, once I add a security profile to the security policy to scan for antivirus, you see that transmission will be blocked. Okay, I'll show you how it works. So before that, as you know, we have everything configured as earlier. Okay, interface configuration, zone configuration, NAT policy configuration, everything. So this is the policy we have, right? In to out, and if you see sources inside, I made it any. Destination is also in outside zone, any, and application any, URL any. There is no restrictions. Okay, and if you see here, I made it allow. Okay, so far I have not given any profile type, just to show you how it works without a profile association, and how it blocks once we associate a security profile to it. All right. So now I'll open this PC. So I'm in this PC now. Okay, maybe I'll just close it. This is old lab. All right. So this is the IP address. If you, maybe I can enlarge it. Okay. So just to show you that there is no issue with the internet connectivity, or it's already having the internet connectivity. Okay. Have a IP 10.10.10.11 configured this side, and if I try to connect to Palo Alto, it's 100, right? So it is established, right? And also you can test with Ping 8. Okay. It's not working. It hangs. Maybe. Ping. I don't know why. Command prompt. There is some issue. Okay. That's fine. So I have already tested. There is no issue with the internet connectivity. Maybe I can show you from the browser itself. Okay. If I open my browser, I can open, I can open facebook.com. Now it's working. Facebook.com. So it's working. All right. So I think my keypad, I have some issue with the keypad. Okay. So you could see it's reachable, right? I just refreshed it. Okay. I just came out of the VM and I just get in back. Okay. So we could see that there is no issue in connecting to the internet. All right. So if you see you want to connect with the YouTube, it should be working. Yep. So we are getting a response from the YouTube page, right? So there is no issue in connecting towards the internet. So now what I'm going to do, I'll just try to download a test virus file. Okay. Actually, this is an virus file that's used for an educational purpose. Okay. I'm going to download that test virus file. EICAR test, maybe HTTP. Fine, because it's available in both HTTP and HTTPS. Means if you go here in this website, you will be currently seeing only HTTPS. Okay, but if you are going to this website and if you want to check, you can check by clicking here. Okay, you can check by clicking here. You can try to download it. It will download, but I'm not going to test with this website because it is a HTTPS transaction. Okay, even when I try to download, right, it's using HTTPS. So HTTP is not available now due to some reason. But in order to test with HTTPS, I should have a SSL decrypt profile, but it's not available currently. Okay, I have deleted it. So now I'm going to this particular site. It's eicar.eu, where we have an opportunity. We have a possibility to download both HTTP and HTTPS. All right. So as I don't have encryption or the decryption profiles available in my Palo Alto now, I am just using with HTTP. And if in case you are doing the lab step by step, means if you are following the course content, then you'll be having a decrypt profile available. Then you can go with this. Okay. All right. So what I'll do, I'll just download this one, eicar.com. Okay. Actually, this is an virus, test virus. See, immediately once it is downloaded, I'm getting a notification of the PC. Windows Defender is taking action to clean the malware. So even if I go to my downloads, right, it should be deleted by the, see, failed, virus is detected. This was detected from my Windows Defender. Okay, this PC itself detected that it is an virus. All right, maybe I can show you from here as well. If you go to downloads, see, it's not available now. The reason being that is it is deleted by the Windows Defender, which is available in the PC, but we were able to download it, right? So when we click it, see, it is downloading. See, now it is available, right? After some time, it will be deleted. However, once we apply a security profile, okay, see, now it is deleted, but it's confirmed that we can able to download it to the PC. Once it is downloaded to the PC, the Windows Defender that is running in this PC is scanning and it's detecting as a virus and it's deleting. All right, but still we were able to download it. Means that the malicious content is passing through the firewall. It proves that the malicious content is passing through the firewall, right? So now, once we associate a security profile to scan for an antivirus, to scan for a virus, what it will do, it will scan, and during the scan itself, it will find, find that there is a malicious virus, the malware that is coming in this packet, and it will block it. Maybe I can show you. So I'll go to my Palo Alto. So this is the security policy, right? So you can click here and you can go to here, action. As I said in the previous video, the security profiles can be associated only to a security policy which has action to allow. Okay, if you are denying it or dropping it, there is no need of security policy, security profile. And there are two things. One is either you can use your default profile. So if you see here, right, I can show you objects. So under object, at the left side, maybe I'll zoom a little. Okay. So under object, you'll be seeing here the security profiles, right? Under object, just click object. Under object, you'll be seeing a security profiles. These are the place where the profiles will be available. Okay, if you click antivirus, by default, you'll be seeing a profile that is created, and we cannot delete it. As you know, we cannot delete the default one, right? Even if you see, right, if you select it, you will not see the option to delete it. However, you can add a new one based on your requirement, and also you can clone a new one. Means you can clone this one. Say for example, you want to create clone with the same feature, you can clone it. That is possible. Or you can create a new profile based on your requirement. Okay, so I'm just going to use the default one. There is no point of you creating things, right? So you can just click it and explore things as like what are the protocols that is making use of this particular profile, as like HTTP, HTTP2, SMTP, IMAP, POP3, FTP, and SMB. So if you remember, right, still it is using only HTTP and HTTP2. It's not using HTTPS. Okay, so if in case you're trying to download the HTTPS test virus file, or you're trying to download the virus test virus file using HTTPS, make sure that you have the decryption, SSL decryption profile available. All right, because it has only HTTP. Okay, so for the testing, I'm using only the HTTP to download it. Right, so these are all the protocol it is supported, and these are all the signature actions that is declared as like by default it will reset on both the sides. Okay, you can also, if you create a new one, right, if I can show you, maybe if you want to clone it, you can just clone it, and you can give your means you can clone it, right, default one. We just cloned this one. If you see here, if I open this one, see, you can also change this action items, means specific to this protocol. By default, it is reset on both the sides. Okay, and if you want to make it allow, you can allow it. Okay, if you want to alert, drop, so whatever action item you can do it, but it is applicable only in the um, custom or the new profile that you have created. You cannot modify the default one. Okay, so if you want to modify the default one, you can clone that and you can modify it. If you don't want to disturb the other term, say for example, you want to make changes only to the HTTP or HTTP2, what you can do, and you want to have the rest of the rest the same, then you can, instead of creating a new one, if you concern about missing some configurations, then you can just clone the existing the default one, and you can modify to the specific protocol which you want to make it. And signature exception is something like, means say for example, you are running a Palo Alto in a production where you have some internal application. All right, you have some internal application, but Palo Alto, by scanning the content or the data transmission, Palo Alto is it is highlighting that as an malicious, or means it is suspecting that as an malicious content and blocking. So in that case, if you want to give an exception to the known or the internal application, you can always add that here. Okay, maybe I can show you how to add it. So once you Once it block, right, once it block in the logs, if you see every application that is blocked due to antivirus or whatever profile it is, a threat ID will be shown. So you can take that ID and you can paste it here and add it, so that exception will be provided it. Okay, so this threat ID is automatically created. So once you add here under the signature exception, means if you add that signature under exception, then it will not be checked further. Okay, so this is mostly not recommended for the external applications. This you'll be seeing in production only for the internal application. Okay, internal application which was developed by your internal developers, and you are very sure about the working of that application, but still Palo Alto is it's sensing, it's highlighting that, or suspecting it to be a malicious. Then in that point, in that situation, you can add here. All right, so I don't want to see, if you see here now, now I have the delete option because it is a custom one, the newly created one. Can delete it. All right, I'm just going with the default profile. So this is where your profile informations will be available. The default profile informations will be available, and also you can create a custom profile based on your production environment requirement, based on your requirement of your, or based on your business requirement. All right. So as it is a lab, we are just going with the default profile. So as I said, this is where the profiles will be available. If you want, you can come and modify here. All right, so I'll just go back to policy and security. It's loading now. All right, so this is my policy, into out, right? I'm coming to action. Under action, it is allow. So if you see, right, the profile type by default it is none. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just go here. There are two more options, right? Apart from none, there are two more options. One is profiles and group. Okay, profiles, say for example, you want to add the situation, if in case you want to add only antivirus profile or a vulnerability protection profile, only two profiles if you want to add, then in that case you'll be going to profiles and you will be associating that profile to this policy. Okay, but if in case you want to add two more or more than one profile, okay, you can, what you can do, you can create that profile, you can group it into one group, and by selecting here as a group, you can associate it that. Okay, maybe we'll see in the upcoming videos. For now we are just seeing the profile, right? So under antivirus, what I'll do, I'll just add the default one. Okay, the default one. Fine. Okay, commit changes. So so before we apply the antivirus profile, earlier when we try to download the HTTP, when we try to download the test virus, actual virus, actually it is a virus file, right? When we try to download the virus file using HTTP, it is allowed, right? Because Palo Alto just have a security policy to allow a transaction between inside zone to outside zone. So based on that, it is allowed, but it don't have any security profile to scan for the content to identify if there is any malicious data that's coming in, right? However, now we have associated a security profile for an antivirus which will scan the data that is coming in and going out, and if it detects something suspicious or malicious content, it will block it. Okay, I'll show you. So it is 99% now. All right, it's committed now. Let me close it. Okay, we'll go back to the PC. We'll enlarge it. If you remember last time when we tried to download this file, right, it was downloaded, right? So anyway, it is deleted, but that was deleted by the Windows Defender that is running within this PC. However, it was able to connect to the actual destination. It was the virus file is downloaded through the Palo Alto, right? So this time, if we try to connect, or if we try to download, let's see what happened. Okay, we'll click the same link. See, it is not happening. it is telling that it is blocked, right? So that's because of the antivirus profile that we are using. Okay, it's refreshed. See, so it is not allowing. So we are using the same link, okay, when we try to download the same file. This time it is not allowed and it is blocked. So this is because of the profile we have associated with the security policy. So the profile is antivirus profile, okay. Even we can check the same in the monitor. So if you see, right, you can also check this information in threat. You can see. See, whenever there is a threat, okay, whenever that is something that is blocked by the profile, uh, you can see those information in threat. Okay, under monitor there is something like threat, right? So in this case, it is blocked because we try to download the virus file and it is a malicious content, right? So our profile identified that there is a malicious content and it is not allowed to pass through it. So it is considered that as a threat. So that's the reason we are seeing that log here. Okay, we can and log and see it. Okay, see reset server, and we can see all this information. If you want, you can enlarge this as well, and web application information, and you can see all the informations like source and zone, which zone it is part of, through which interface it is coming, what is the NAT IP, the port, which destination it is trying to connect, where that destination is available, which country is it, which kind of a traffic it is, a server to client. Means we try to download it, right? It's coming from the server towards the client. Okay. And if you see, right, this is the threat ID. Okay, the threat name or threat ID. It is considered as a virus, and at the same time, automatically it has given the threat ID. If you remember, when we are talking about the exceptions, we have seen something like threat ID, right? So if we go and give this number, okay, this ID in the exception list, then if we try to download it, it will be happening. It will work. Okay, because we are adding this to the exception list, and which file name it is. So all the detailed informations will be available. All right, fine. Okay, and this is also the same, and you can also see those logs in the traffic. Okay, so this is how antivirus profile work. So as I said, if you want to add that, and means if you're very sure that it is not malicious, Palo Alto suspecting that as a malicious, and if it is an internal application, for example. Okay, what you can do, you can just open your profile, and under here you can add it. Maybe I can show you that. We have it, right? I'll just go to monitor threat. So this is the threat ID, right? So what I'll do, you can directly add it here as well. I just copy it, means we just need only the value. Okay, I'll just copy it. It's 1000000. All right, we can also add it to exception directly from here, but I'll show you the procedure where I will be doing it. So I'm going to object, under object antivirus. So this is the default profile that we are associated with the security policy. So under signature exception, we can add this threat ID here, and once it is added, there is an option to add it. It was okay. This is an default profile. All right, so this is an default profile. So what we can do, means if you want to add it, you can create a custom profile. Okay, in a default profile you cannot do it. You can do it in the custom profile, right? Maybe just by clicking here. So you have an option to add it, right? See, by giving it here, add. Okay, but currently we are using a default profile. Okay, means in the default profile we are not allowed to make any changes. Okay, so you can add this and you can do it. Maybe if you want to see exactly how it works, what I'll do, maybe I can just clone it. I'll just, what I'll do, this is the cloned one, right? Default dash one. I'll open it. It has exactly the same configuration what the default profile have. Now it is showing me the option to add, right? I'm adding this thread, add. So this thread is added in the exception list. Okay, I'll just click OK. Now what I need to do, I need to go to my security profile, sorry, the policy. Instead of having this default as a profile, I need to make this default one. Okay, maybe if you want, I can change the name, my antivirus profile. So this is the custom profile that we have created. Anyway, we have cloned it. This is how you can create a custom profile. Now what I'll do, I'll just go back to my policy. I'll just click it. I'm going back to action, and in the antivirus here, right, by default means it is using the default profile. But now see, once we created a new profile, it is showing here, right? So we can just click. So this is the new profile that we have created by just by cloning it. But in addition to that, we have added an exception, right? Click OK. So once it is saved, commit it. So this time, if we try to connect to the same site and if we try to download the same file, it should work. Okay, post to the commit. So it's taking some time. Let's wait. So meantime, let's refresh and come. So we have refreshed the device. All right. So once we came out of VM and refreshed, so it's getting faster. Configuration committed successfully, but still it is all right. So it is done, right? Now I'll go back to my this PC once again. We'll enlarge it. So last time it's blocked. So this time let me go back and let me try to download it. See, it is downloaded this time. See, it is downloaded. Anyway, it's going to be deleted by the Windows Defender, but we are able to download it, which means that the malicious traffic is now passing through the Palo Alto. That's because we have added an exception in the Palo Alto. We have told Palo Alto that, see, this particular thing that's coming through you, it's not a malicious one because we have given an exception. So this is how, if we have some internal application where Palo Alto is suspecting that it's a malicious and you want to add an exception, you can add it. So just to show you that, if we remove the exception back, again, it will not allow, it will be blocked. Okay. So I'm again going to my profile, my antivirus profile. So this is the profile we are using now, right? So again, I go back to my signature exceptions. I'll delete it. Okay. And I'll commit it. This time I don't need to go and change in my policy because we already have this profile only associated to it, right? So once it is committed 100%, if we go back to that client and check, this time it will be blocked. The reason is we don't have any exception to allow it to pass through the firewall, right? So 55 percentage, 70, 98. All right, so it is done. I'll click OK. I'll go back to my PC one. So let me check this time. So This is the same website, right? Let me go and try. See, it is blocked this time. Okay, this time it is blocked because we don't have any exception to add that to allow the role. Okay, even if we go to the monitor now and threat, we'll be seeing that particular log. See, the type is virus. Okay, and if you enlarge it to see, so it resetted the server, web browsing. So you'll be seeing all this information that we have discussed earlier. So basically, this threat, okay, here you can see all the blocked or the suspicious traffic that is blocked by firewall. Okay, so this is how antivirus profile works, right?